It always begins the same way. You're doing nothing special. Sitting in traffic, waiting in line, watching a video, folding laundry, walking through a grocery aisle. And suddenly, the floor beneath your thoughts gives out. Your chest tightens. Your vision narrows. Your heart slams against your ribs like it's trying to escape. You swallow, but your throat won't open. You breathe in, but there's no air in the air. Your body screams, danger, but the world around you says, nothing is happening. That's the paradox of an anxiety attack. A war with no enemy. A scream without a sound. A collapse from absolutely nothing. Let's talk about how that's even possible. Your brain, in all its brilliance, is constantly scanning for threat. Not just physical threats. Emotional, social, psychological, and most of it happens beneath your awareness. You walk into a room. You smell something vaguely familiar. A perfume you don't recognize. But your body does. It belonged to someone who once hurt you. You don't remember that consciously, but your nervous system does. And it begins the countdown. Your heart rate shifts. Your stomach tightens. Your blood pressure rises. And you think it's just a weird moment. Until it's not. Let's talk about micro-triggers. Anxiety attacks aren't always caused by one big event. Often they are the final drop in an already full cup. A sleepless night. A skipped meal. A difficult conversation from earlier. That thing you saw online. That email you didn't open. The smell of plastic. The flicker of a fluorescent light. That one subtle thought you didn't even notice. Your conscious mind says, I'm fine, but your subconscious is keeping score. And then, the system tips. Not because something started the panic, but because the system could no longer hold it back. Let's talk about emotional backlog. Many of us suppress emotions. Grief, anger, shame, fear. We bottle them, push them down, smile through them. But the body stores what the mind denies. And sometimes the anxiety attack is not a crisis, but a release. A moment when the body says, you will feel this now, whether you want to or not. Let's talk about hyper-awareness. In the seconds before the panic peaks, you become exquisitely aware of your heartbeat, your breathing, the tingling in your fingers, the weight of your clothes. And this awareness turns into threat. Why is my chest tight? Am I having a heart attack? What if I faint? What if I'm dying? Each question fuels the next. And your body responds to every thought with more panic, because to your nervous system, thoughts are real. Let's pause. You didn't cause this. You didn't invent it. You didn't overreact. You had a moment where your body screamed, and no one could hear it but you. You're trying to calm down. You sit. You breathe. You drink water. You tell yourself, it's fine. I'm fine. It's nothing. But the body doesn't listen. The chest is still tight. The thoughts keep spinning. And now, because it won't stop, you're panicking about the panic. This is the cruel engine of anxiety. The fear of fear itself. Let's talk about what happens inside your body. When an anxiety attack begins, the amygdala, your brain's fear center, goes into overdrive. It sounds the alarm, releases adrenaline, prepares you for fight, flight, or freeze. This worked beautifully when we were running from predators. But your brain doesn't care that there's no tiger now. It only cares that you're overwhelmed. Your heart races. Your muscles tense. Your digestion stops. Your pupils dilate. Your body is ready for war. But there is no enemy. Only your awareness of the storm inside. Let's talk about the control loop. You try to slow your breath. But now you're thinking about breathing. And every inhale feels wrong. Too shallow. Too sharp. Too fast. So you hyperfocus. You monitor. You overcorrect. And this effort to control becomes another threat. You ask, why can't I stop this? What's wrong with me? What if I pass out? What if I lose control in public? Your body hears these thoughts and answers with more adrenaline. Because to your system, every what if is a call to arms. Let's talk about catastrophizing. In an anxiety spiral, the mind is no longer searching for truth. It's searching for the worst-case scenario. You feel dizzy? Must be a stroke. Chest pain? It's a heart attack. Detached feeling? I'm going insane. And the panic tightens. Your body reacts. Your mind interprets. And the cycle reinforces itself. You're not reacting to danger. You're reacting to your reaction. Let's talk about derealization and depersonalization. These are common during intense panic. Derealization. The world feels unreal, dreamlike, distant. Depersonalization. You feel unreal, as if you're not in your body. These sensations are terrifying, but they're protective mechanisms. When your system is overwhelmed, it tries to create emotional distance. It numbs you, blurs the edges, turns the volume down. It's not dysfunction. It's defense. Let's talk about why logic doesn't help. People will say, it's just in your head. You're overreacting. Just calm down. But panic isn't intellectual. It's physiological. Your prefrontal cortex, your rational brain goes offline during intense fear. You know you're not dying, but it still feels like death. Because feelings don't ask for permission. They just arrive. Loud. Uninvited. Real. Let's talk about the isolation of panic. In a crowded place, you might feel like screaming, but you stay quiet. You smile. You pretend. Because no one else can see the war in your chest. And the shame of panic is its own prison. So you hide. Not just the symptoms, but the fear of them ever coming back. Let's pause. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're not overreacting. You are a nervous system under siege, trying to survive a storm that lives inside you. The attack fades. You're not sure when. There's no clean ending. Just a slow settling, like dust after an explosion. Your heart slows. Your breath evens out. Your muscles loosens lightly. But peace doesn't come. Not really. Because now begins the aftershock. Let's talk about what happens after the panic ends. You feel drained. Like you ran a marathon you don't remember entering. Your body aches. Your mind is foggy. You feel raw, exposed like your skin is too thin. And worst of all, you don't feel safe. Because the enemy wasn't out there. It was you. Your own body. Your own mind. Let's talk about anticipatory anxiety. After a panic attack, the fear isn't over. It mutates. Now you're afraid of it happening again. You avoid crowds, lines, elevators, highways, quiet rooms, busy rooms, anything that even slightly reminds you of that moment. This is how your life begins to shrink. You decline invitations. You make excuses. You plan escape routes. Because the worst part isn't the panic itself. It's the fear that you'll panic again and won't be able to escape. Let's talk about hypervigilance. Your senses go on high alert. You monitor every heartbeat, every breath, every passing thought. You scan for danger constantly. Not outside, but inside. And every small sensation becomes suspect. A twinge in your chest. A skipped heartbeat. A warm flush in your neck. Each one whispers, "It's coming again." And sometimes, just that thought brings it back. Let's talk about the loss of trust. Not in others. In yourself. You start questioning, can I trust my body? Can I trust my feelings? Can I trust my own mind? You feel betrayed. Abandoned. broken. You think, what if I'm not safe even in myself? That's the true trauma of panic. Not the attack, but the fracture between you and your own sense of reality. Let's talk about healing. It doesn't come from fighting the panic, or outrunning it, or suppressing it. It comes from turning toward it, from learning to say, I see you, I feel you, I don't need to run anymore. It comes from retraining the nervous system, through breath, through grounding, through compassion. It comes from rebuilding trust, with your body, with your emotions, with the world. Let's talk about the truth people don't tell you. Healing isn't about never panicking again. It's about no longer fearing the panic. It's about knowing, even if it comes, I can survive it. Even if I tremble, I will not fall apart. Even if I feel like dying, I'm still here. Let's close with this. Anxiety attacks feel like the end, but they're not. They are your body's way of screaming what your mind ignored. Your nervous system's way of saying, please slow down, please listen. And when you do, when you really stop, breathe, and listen, you may find that under the panic, there was never madness, only pain, waiting to be heard.